welcome. Today I'm going to share with you my recipe for garlic knots, and I'm going to do this in two parts. First we're going to make the dough for the garlic knots, and then we'll go ahead and make the paste to put onto the dough. So here I have 2 cups of flour that I went ahead and sifted, 1 cup of lukewarm water, 1 tablespoon of yeast, 1 teaspoon of brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And you'll just need a little bit of olive oil. So let's get started on putting our dough together. To your dough, add in your yeast, sugar, and salt. Give it a mix to incorporate all your ingredients. Just create a little well in the center so you can add your wet ingredients. I'm going to add in a drizzle of olive oil, which is about a teaspoon, and I'm going to add in my lukewarm water, about half of it. And I'm going to put this to knead, and I'll just gauge how much water my dough needs as it's kneading. You don't want to put all the water at once because you don't want your dough to get too soft. Because different types or different brands of flour use a different amount of water. I just want to stop it to scrape down my bowl and to get a feel of my dough. So my dough feels good. I'm just going to leave this to continue to knead, and I'm not going to add any more water to it. So that 1 cup of water was just enough. Once your dough has come together, you're going to let this continue to knead for another 10 minutes because you want that gluten to form so that you get a really nice and fluffy garlic knot. When your dough is finished kneading, just put a little bit of olive oil in a bowl just to grease the bowl. And take your dough and place it in the bowl. And you're going to cover this and place it into your microwave or your oven until it has doubled in size. Now we're going to move on to making a garlic topping for the nuts. And here I went ahead and melted 2 tablespoons of butter. And I have here 1 heaping tablespoon of finely pasted or minced grated garlic. You're going to add that to the butter. Some dried parsley flakes. If you want to put some parmesan cheese in the mixture, you can do that, but I choose not to today. Just give this a mix. Add a little dust of salt. And your topping would be ready. So all we're going to do now is wait for our dough to finish rise. Then we'll make our knots and put our topping on it. When your dough has doubled in size, you're going to take it out. Dust your surface with some flour. Punch down on the dough to get that air out, and I'm just going to rework my dough a little. Okay, make sure you flour your dough properly because you don't want it to stick to your surface. And you're going to roll out your dough. Okay, so I've rolled out my dough. I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil to my butter mixture just to thin it out a little. And I'm going to take my butter mixture and the tray that I'm going to bake my nuts on. I'm going to butter that tray because you don't want the nuts to stick to your tray. And in this way, it will flavor the bottom of your nuts. So now to make the nuts, I'm going to cut this in half. And then I'm going to cut them into strips. So now all you do is take up one strip and you're going to hold it like this. And you're going to twist it. Bring it through that hole. And you've made one knot. Place it onto your baking tray. And continue doing this until you've wrapped out all of your nuts, and then we'll move on to the second part of finishing up this dish. Okay, once you've made all of your nuts, you're going to take your garlic butter mixture and lightly butter them. See, I got some really tiny cute ones. Okay, once you finish put your garlic butter on your nuts, you want to leave this to just rest here for about 15 minutes before we put it into the oven to bake. Now they're going to go into the oven at 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes until they're nice and golden brown. So my oven just came up the temperature and my nuts are nice and they've risen really nicely. So now I'm going to put them into the oven to bake until they're nice and golden brown for about 15 to 20 minutes. So my nuts just came out of the oven. I'm going to leave them to cool out a little bit and then I'll break one and show you how it looks. So my garlic nuts, they're nice and cooled. So I'm just going to take one out. I'm just going to pull it apart and show you how soft and how nice it is. It's like pillowy soft. And it tastes absolutely delicious. Now when these come out of the oven, if you want to grate some Parmesan cheese on this, you can do that. If not, you can serve these as is. So here you have it, my garlic nuts recipe. I hope you guys try this recipe. Make it. Let me know down below if you like it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all another day with another one of my recipes. Enjoy!